What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pyro. Holy Dragon Grounds. So I've been getting a lot of people I know message me saying, "Hey Pyro, how do I do this? What do I need to know? Why is it important? How do I do it? How can I be optimal?" All these sorts of questions. So, first things first, what is the new Holy Dragon Grounds in Exos Season 5? This is now where you farm gear and where you farm crafting mats to be able to craft said gear. Now there are a total of 3 different dragons. So there's Fire Bone Dragon, Nature Bone Dragon, and Deep Sea Bone Dragon, which is Frost. So each dragon has perks, buffs, debuffs, etc. that they put on your team. Today is the Nature Bone Dragon. I'm not going to really focus on what the dragons do. I'm mainly going to focus on the team you should have for said dungeon. So I basically run same team for every dungeon. I'm obviously a lot more geared than most people who are watching these videos, so take it with a grain of salt, and I'll give you guys a couple of options. So, Holy Dragon Grounds, what is it? So there's different grades. You'll start off at grade 1, then grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and then grade 5. Every grade, as you progress, 1 costs more levy stone, which is this here, and also gives you a greater material to be able to craft, which is this material here. You see it's a yellow fated one. Here it's a purple. Oh, sorry. Here, yellow faded, then it goes to purple, and then it's blue and common, and then it's just rare. So each grade of materials allows you to craft gear. Now, obviously, the higher the grade of material, the higher grade piece of gear you can craft. Obviously, your aim is to get to grade 5 if you can. If not, then just farm the highest grade that you can do. So they are adding a function here where once you clear it, you can then quick run it. So you won't need to sit through it all the time. So for those of you who are just starting off, I would suggest that you build a comfortable team that will allow you to clear it. And then from what we've heard, once you clear it, you'll be able to like quick clear X amount of times. So that'll be good. All right, so we'll look at our grade 5 here because this is what I can do. So you can get boots, you can get an accessory, you can get gloves, you can get chest, helmet, weapon. This item is allow you to awaken your gear from 5-star to 6-star. You need 500 of these per item slot. This is also used to fuse equipment, which I'll do in a equipment breakdown video. And then you've got some, treasure mats here that you can sell for gold. So that's basically it. You pick your dragon, pick your grade that you can do, and then you form your team. So, next question. Pyro, please tell me what units I want to use. All right, well, that is a good question, and I will tell you guys what you can use. So, my suggestion is to use, some of you guys may or may not know, but characters have types. So they have their elements, then they have, or their stance type. So they've got attack, support, defense, and chaos. My suggestion is, if you're new, bring 2 of each into your squad. And you're like, well, hang on, Pyro, that's only 8. Don't I need 10 units? That is correct. You do need 10 units. So I would suggest putting in, if you find yourself struggling, like with heals or something, you can maybe put in another support and another attacker. If you're really struggling, maybe put in another defense and then another support. If you're not struggling and you're able to clear it, comfortably, put in extra attackers or chaos people for some more damage. It'll just allow you to probably secure the kill a little bit quicker if you can. So my suggestions here are basically the characters I've got here. You can swap and change different characters for what. So as an example, Luna is my healer. I run a solo healer in this because my Luna's a lot more geared than most. If you want to run something else, your options are, so you've got Luna, you've got Talia is also a solid option when it comes to raw healing. Anastasia is also a solid option when it comes to healing. Tank wise, I use Shufraken, his Fate Core, and also Garth's Fate Core. Them two combined, I have Shu running as a dual attacker. He just does good damage. He's a good unit. I've got him really well geared, so you can't go wrong there. Garth is an exceptional tank. She's got good HP, good defense. She increases her own health by 30%. She also decreases all damage received by 50% when she receives damage. And then you also want to build her for her S2 here, which is not so much the damage it does, but the shield is 35% of her maximum health. So it's not the current health that she has, it's her maximum health. So you really want to boost up. You really want to boost up that HP if you can. And I'd also suggest putting a little bit of effect resist on there to prevent her from getting stunned. And then you've got your DPS. So for DPS, generally try and stay away from nature damages if you can. You want to work in machine. Reason I'm using nature is because I overgear this content, so I'm allowed to use nature units. So good units here are like Xeon, Jean here. Machine units are probably best. So if you've got like a Baraka, if you've got like Diva would be good. Morris is really good because he gives you attack buff. You could also run like a damage loom if you want, but not really that good at the moment. Sarian's not bad, obviously Jin. So as I've said, guys, there's a lot of options you've got when you're running damage dealers. You want a good amount of damage on them. I always say for damage dealers to be between 75-85% crit rate. You want around 250% crit damage and just as much attack as possible. Now, I live by the firm rule of there's no point building crit damage if you don't crit. So there's no point having 300% crit damage and 15% crit rate because you're never going to crit and it's just wasted stats. You're better off putting all that crit damage into just raw attack and having your character do that. Your character will do more damage having raw attack than it would not critting. Same thing with DPS. Same thing with tanks and support healers. Have a look at their skills. Generally speaking, you want effective resist. You want HP percent. Try and stay away from flat HP if you can. Percentages will always get you a higher result than what the flat base stuff will be. Another option for a tank if you don't have Garth is where is he? Those of you who got Fate Core Degas is not a bad tank. Naomi is also can be used for tanking. Yulun's also a good tank. Yulun's got a passive on her Gold Fate Core of where she shares health to all allies and transfers 10% of the damage received to herself. So once again, you want to smack that HP, defense, and effective resist on her, and you'll be able to go through that. So there's some ideas of teams that you guys would be able to work on. If you guys come up with any other teams, let me know. Put them down in the description. We'll have a look at them and we can discuss. Another thing that's important with Season 5 is artifacts. Now, Whilst there's been a lot of good and bad going on with artifacts, I'll give you guys an insight as to the artifacts I use on my team. So Heavenly Harmony Harbon is one of the most sought after artifacts for a support character. Basically, it grants, I think it's 100% at max level. It's a 65% chance to grant 1 mana to the ally with the highest attack at the start of the battle. So when you all start, she'll give mana to a character of your highest attack. I mainly use this for PvP. However, it's obviously good in PvE as well. My Dorka's got the Silence artifact, which means she has a chance to bind targets for 7 turns when attacking. Not really applicable for Dragon, but it works. Rira has Tranquil, which just grants a revive. I would put probably something like a like maybe a when attacked you can revenge, like you can counter. Same thing with Xeon. He's got a 30% chance to counter when an ally receives damage. He's also got a counter built in his kit as well. And he also grants barrier upon receiving damage. So he's also a good unit to use. He's also North Von Frosty now. So if you've maxed your signature force, that's going to be helpful. Garth has a decreased damage received by all allies besides self by 12%. So that's Righteous Mercy Olivia. This is a good artifact. Now, the reason why I've got this on her is because she has like my highest defense resistance stats. So I don't need to worry about damage decreased to her. It's more so that she's just covering everyone else. Rudley, people have been people have been a bit up and down with Rudley. I use him because he still gives a 10% barrier to the lowest health person, and he does alright damage. He's now a single target. His S2 used to be AoE, but now he increases dodge once he's used that. So you can put there's a dodge artifact you can put on him every time a character dodges, which I think my Gene has. Yeah, here it is. So every increases attack by 22% with every successful dodge, stacks up to 5 times. So you can get 110% extra attack if someone attacks you 5 times and you dodge all those attacks. When you move, you get however many times you've dodged in attack back. So you can get like 110% attack. So 110% attack is 16,000. That's like 32,000 attack. You will literally one-shot anyone, but obviously it's only with successful dodge. So dodge has, he's obviously got dodge built into his base kit, so that's why I use him. Val is also another decent damage dealer. She inflicts stun and silence. Doesn't necessarily work on Dragon, but she's just a good DPS in general because my North Von Frosty is 4.4 signature force, so she's got the most stats. So I use her anyway in there for damage. Dorka's the same damage dealer, and then you've got Bernadette. So Bernadette has just come out of nowhere for season 5. I've got her on Relentless Determination, which is a counter when an ally receives damage. What you want her for is for her S1. Oh, excuse me. So her S1 has randomly destroys 1 Guardian Stone. It just makes your Dragon run that little bit faster. And then, of course, her S2 is type advantage attack. So as I said, DPS-wise, you can use any of these guys here that I've got. You can use Carry, you can use Bathory if you want. Magi's good. Annie, just at the end of the day, use your best geared characters. I'm not going to say use advantage because my experience with it is, even when I was doing this before I changed all my gear, you're best to obviously make 10 characters really good than to try and make 10 characters for here good, then another 10 for here good. You're going to spread yourself too thin, you're not going to have enough gear, and your teams are going to be too weak. So try and use units that you're going to use for PvP if you are a PvPer. If you're not a PvPer and you're a PvE person, then focus on like 10 units that you like that have a mix of, 2 chaos, 2 defense, 2 attackers, and 2 supporters. Use that as your base, and then just add stuff in from there. So now that we've got our teams worked out, it's a full auto battle, so you don't manual it, you don't do anything, it does it all auto. You click this button here, it takes 100 levy stones, it auto battles, and you go through there, you get your loot at the end of it, you walk away. So what we can do is, I think we can go through and do a battle. I like to do a battle because I like to actually show people that what we're doing is live and it's not pre-recorded. Well, it is pre-recorded, but it's not something I've done before and then just slotted it in the video. So that's providing the game doesn't crash on me, which I don't think it will, just taking a while to load. And it crashed. Alright, so every time I go in to try and do this auto battle, the game crashes, so I'm just not going to try it. Anyway, you guys get the gist. You go in there, press auto, the battle happens, and then capiche, that's it. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. If you do want to talk to me or whatever, you can join Eden of Gaming Discord chat. That's where I hang out most of the time with the guys. Other than that, guys, I'll have a gearing sort of guide come out in the next day or so, to show you guys what sort of gear you should look for, how to craft gear, what gear is appropriate for what unit type, and just a bit of, it might be a bit of a long video, so I'll put some stamps in it so you guys can sort of sort through and find some stuff that you want. Other than that, peace out, guys, and take care. Bye.